that is what the audience or like you guys like maybe connected with, is just like having people make you feel like you're not alone out there, wherever whatever you're going through, whatever stage you're in.
It's really weird, like in the moment, like if you really stop and like stop even thinking about the fact that we're recording right now, like as the seconds go by, like we're literally living the end of this.
Jess! The dad cries sometimes. Okay. You think it's always the mom. She's a big old softie. Welcome back to Big Mood, possibly for the last time. What? Dun dun dun.
Possibly, more likely.
Possibly.
We like to be optimistic and hopeful, but this is our last episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is our last episode.
With the door has a little crack.
Cue the
open.
Dr. Dre. Ready for the last episode? Is it the next episode or
next?
is it
Wait,
shit.
Why do you know out of all people?
I drank. She gave me alcohol. I know.
True.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Also,
actually.
that was 22 years ago.
Google it. And
We're
then that's
drinking
what
for
I
the
said.
occasion.
I said both versions. So just
Funny.
Casey, cut the one in that was right. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. We're all back together again, and we're all on the LA set. Not our OG set, but you know, the OG hometown set. Now that we live in 4 different states.
Yep.
What states?
Texas,
Nevada,
and
California.
a state of depression.
And a state of depression. I'm just kidding.
but now we're all in a state of.
I'm actually doing okay.
Yeah,
That's a
for the
huge
first
change.
time,
Yes.
That's a
the
huge
show
change.
ends because Gina's happy.
That's
blame Gina.
That was the
boyfriend.
catalyst holding everything together, and it's.
I'm like the
broken.
Weeknd and Taylor Swift. I only do well when I'm depressed and our business does well. But once I'm happy, it's like, fuck, man, be sad again.
Yeah. Create your best work when you're sad.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you ruin the show?
Someone killed my cat or something.
Oh,
There you
God.
go.
No.
Don't even
kidnap him.
speak that
Kidding.
into existence.
Oh my God, I would
I
fucking die.
kidnap him.
And then the show will begin again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because now Gina's depressed.
We'll become
Rise from the
billionaires.
ashes.
So the funny thing is, like, we actually filmed a goodbye episode months ago in Austin in a hotel
Casey,
room.
play clip.
Yeah.
I know
This is our last episode.
We've been saying it's our last episode on all the episodes that we filmed here in Austin, but that's because we were just making light of how this is actually our last episode.
Yeah.
We filmed it in a corner of a hotel room with poor lighting.
Yeah.
And we had to upturn a bed to make space for the cameras.
Yeah.
But we decided to scrap that because we're like, we were supposed to end it like 2 months
Yeah, that
ago.
was
2
in
months ago.
May.
No, it was July.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was July.
That was in July.
I know
Then-
time's hard.
We kind
I
of
know.
we were
That
gonna,
was a decade ago.
I know.
Listen,
Oh
don't
my
listen to
God.
me when it comes to time.
She talked about that in the last episode.
Yeah.
But then like,
Yes.
so we decided to scrap that. And it's like, you know what? It's better if we do it here in our home base.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
kind of rushed too.
Yeah.
Also,
It
we wanted
was.
to just finish out the year. Like,
Yeah.
it felt weird to just end in a random, like, July or
Yeah.
something, you know? So, like,
Yeah.
we just finished out the year.
Mhm.
And then...
Yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Hope you all got
Right.
your
Oh,
holiday shopping done.
Yeah, we're filming this before
We're filming this in September.
But,
Yeah.
Does this come
This-
out Christmas time?
This is
It's like
well
probably the
because we're
week or
trying
two
to finish the whole rest of the year.
Oh.
We're not uploading the very last week of 2022. So
not
this is
not like December 27th or whatever.
Yeah,
but
gotta
like the
talk
week
logistics with them. That's
Yeah, yeah.
boring.
They don't care. They
don't-
Anyway,
Well, happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Tell her, though,
Happy
'cause it
holidays.
Happy
is a
holidays.
holiday.
Parents are getting divorced. Fuck you, kids.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
before. Merry Christmas, the show's over.
Yeah.
yeah, that's your present. You no longer have to hear from us.
Jingle bells, motherfucker.
But we had to make sure that we do a good episode so y'all don't think some shit went down, because some shit probably went down in the past. But nothing went down.
The tea.
Nothing went down now. Like we
Yeah,
are
this podcast
the
has gone
core-
through hell and back, and you guys don't even know.
Yes,
gone through
and we
hell and
can't
back.
even say because there's reasons why. But
But not with us.
not with us.
No, not between us.
And that's why
Yes.
we're like, if there was a way to end this show, let's end it on a good, positive note
Yeah.
where we all get to be together back in LA and kind of leave the door open. When we all started, we were in the same place, kind of in life and work and everything,
Yeah.
and it just made sense. And then now, 3 years later, I can't believe it's over. It's been over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
Yeah.
3.5 years later, we're all in completely different lives, like, really, and in a beautiful way. Like,
Yeah.
everything that we had hoped to, like, kind of
Yeah,
happen,
has
each
happened.
one happened.
Yeah.
Like, the seeds were planted and now they're growing into flowers and beautiful trees and
it's so funny
nectar is flowing.
I think it's so sweet because our viewers know that too.
Yeah.
Like I've seen comments like, dude, all their lives have gone in such different directions now that it would make sense if they like. I think I've seen some comments that were like, if they ended the podcast, it does make sense.
Yeah.
You get a happy ending.
Yeah.
So,
And it's not the end forever. Obviously, we'll still stay friends. And if like in a year or two, we're like, hey, you know what? I miss you guys. Like we're all in the same city again. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just get
Like,
together.
it's not like, hey, this is a hard out. Like we're ending it forever.
You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I never
Never
liked
talk to
any
you
of them.
again.
Fuck you.
I never liked any of these
Casey, you're
bitches.
cool, but I'm out.
Yeah. Luca, you're cool.
Luca, Isaac, love you. The rest of these bitches know.
Peace. See you in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like I think it would be really fun if like just randomly we just dropped a video like
randomly,
mid-year next year. Some motherfuckers were back.
So if this
It
is
could
the first
happen.
video that you're tuning into, welcome, new
Yeah.
viewer.
Yeah.
We
Be sure
might
to
give you an
subscribe.
episode.
Yeah,
Subscribe, like.
You have 3 years of content to go through.
Exactly.
If
Catch up.
interested.
And you know what? I really enjoy, like when I look back, I love how our podcast evolved. Like we at no point ever knew what we were doing.
No.
We got to try a lot of things. Like we went to Airbnbs and did shoots. We did like the
Vlogs.
murder mystery mystery mood. We did vlogs. We went on adventures together. We like moved to different sets.
Yeah. So many sets.
And we got to
Three,
build each
three.
one together.
Yeah.
3 different sets, right?
Yeah, photo shoots. And what was your favorite memory? Like looking back on all of it.
I think honestly, my favorite memory was Big Bear when we were all on the lake together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was
nice.
like a emotional moments.
Like a
That's
couple of us.
the trip where we heard them fucking though.
That's true. And that's
is
why.
true.
That's what I'm saying.
That's probably my.
That's your
That's why it's my
favorite trip?
She
favorite.
likes them.
I was,
She was
up
right
against
next
the
door.
wall, recording.
I was drunk.
It's like, oh,
And then we were upstairs thinking the whole house was gonna come down.
Yeah. That A-frame was not holding it together.
I told you guys my bed moves to the center of my room. And you guys.
it really did. Like they shifted the house on its pillars.
I legit thought that there was an earthquake and that the whole place is coming down.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I just heard Nikki and Steve orgasm. All right, good night. No, that was a crazy time.
She's like, that was my favorite memory.
yeah.
Right? That was a crazy time because I remember specifically that night, I couldn't sleep, and that's why I was up hearing these fuckers fucking. Because
Well, they woke everyone up.
Yeah,
I couldn't sleep either.
Yeah, we know why you couldn't.
I couldn't sleep because so this trip for Big Bear was a very crazy emotional trip for a couple of us. It was for Jess and it was for me. And one of the reasons, for me, I couldn't sleep at night because my antibiotics gave me an allergic reaction on my legs that I broke out in hives and I was itching because I was going through that whole crazy situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your STD antibiotics?
STD antibiotics
From a douchebag?
from Reed Choi
Okay.
on TikTok that was knowingly spreading STDs. So I was on like my 7-day antibiotics for that. And I had hives and I was itchy. Cured now, by the way. And that's why I was awake. And then I remember just being awake. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm in a room by myself in a bunk bed, by the way. Like a
Airbnb
child.
gave her the kids' room.
Yeah.
The child room.
I had the kids' room.
Yeah.
The Roku TV didn't work. Then I hear my parents fucking in the next room.
Yeah.
We turned on Nickelodeon for her.
No, but then that trip was a trip where you heard about G4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your contract.
God, I was going through like all this crazy shit with that.
Ups and downs.
It like a huge breakthrough happened in the whole like drama on TikTok. And then on the same weekend, I was sitting on the couch in the living room, we were all chilling, and then I shot up from the couch and I was like, oh my God, I got G4.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like losing my mind. I was so happy.
And I was like, how much money they pay
yeah,
you?
that's the first thing she asked me, how much money? And I was like, it was like the craziest experience of like the lowest lows and the highest
Yeah.
highs.
Yeah.
And I was like, but girl, you're rich now.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It's like, this is all right, you know, this is maybe
You're
not
gonna be
a
on
bad
TV. Our baby's gonna be on TV.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I remember we just got that DrinkWorks machine too, and you brought it.
Your robot bartender.
Yeah, the robot bartender.
That was the trip where I first saw you guys ever fight. Your first and only fight.
Yeah. And you know how dumb it was? Because I'm like, we never fight. But like when we do fight, it's the dumbest shit.
It was really dumb.
It was the dumbest shit
Like,
I've
that's
ever
why we
seen.
get
It was the
over
most
it really
serious
quick.
thing ever where
It was
I'm
really
like,
dumb.
whoa, our parents
Because
just
it's
fought for the
always
first time.
like, so it's something fucking stupid, but then there's this underlying thing that we're like, okay, what was the underlying
not
thing? And then we
listening.
try to like solve it together in the morning. But like Steve was also inebriated.
He was
so
trashed.
It's really
Yeah.
hard to like have a real conversation when he's trashed. But yeah, the fight was over whether or not he was a real Prince fan.
Yeah. We listened about 3 hours of whether
It
or
was.
not
He
kept thinking
Steve
I was
really
real
liked it.
Prince fan, the
Yeah.
singer, the
Prince,
musician.
The artist formerly known as Prince and then reintroduced as Prince. Oops, sorry, Casey. Yeah, he kept thinking that I was accusing him of being a fake fan, but I wasn't. And then I was getting frustrated that he kept being like, "Oh, I guess I just watched Batman for no reason and like became a fan when I was a kid for no." And I guess me and my dad bonded over him for no reason. I'm like, I'm not saying you're a fake fan. Like, what the?
And
fuck?
this was during while we were playing cards with Cheetos. So I'm like fucking
Yeah.
moving Cheetos.
We're all sitting there like, I'm like, I eat
Eating
one.
Cheetos.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Like, hey, that's still part of your stack. I can win that.
But I remember like that argument. We didn't know what to do because we've never seen them
It's
argue.
been years we've known you guys.
Yeah.
It was
And
crazy.
we've
You got
been
to hear me fuck and argue in the
Yeah.
cell.
The same night. On the same trip.
We're
Yeah.
passionate people.
Yeah. Like, are my parents divorcing? Oh, nope, never mind. They're not. They're fucking.
Because you know how many nights we've had where everyone's fucking trashed and like shit could have gone left? Never fight.
Never.
Yeah.
Never fight.
Yeah.
No.
Until one night, Steve thinks that his wife has the audacity to say that he's not a prince
In front of
fan.
everyone.
In front of everyone.
How
embarrassing.
I'm humiliating him on purpose.
And then that's what I had a bonding moment with Nikki that night too.
Yeah. She came in because I was like,
She went to her room.
and then she comes down and she's cuddling me, and these motherfuckers turn on Eminem up top, and I was like, all night I
We're
had been
trying to drive
requesting
her
Eminem
out of the room.
Yeah, I thought they were like being malicious. Or
No.
I thought Steve was because
Yeah.
Steve's a petty motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so, especially when he's drunk, he thinks it's so fucking funny. So all night we were like requesting songs. So we were playing
I
songs.
have a playlist.
And she had it, and she was like, "We're not playing Eminem." I was like, "Please just play
Yeah,
Eminem."
I was like, no fucking
She
Eminem,
wouldn't do
bitch.
it. And then like he got to request Prince, and that's how the whole conversation
Oh, yeah.
started. And so then I'm
Yeah.
like crying to Gina, and Gina's like, "It's okay." Like, blah,
I'm
blah, blah.
spooning this
And
bitch
she's spooning me,
drunk.
and I was like, just
In the dark.
And then like my eyes are all like
dark, I
smoked
didn't know
and
that
shut.
detail. That's
And then
even
I
more
hear
funny.
like, "It'll be so empty without me." And I'm like, these fuckers.
We were trying to get you to come upstairs. Like, maybe if we play Eminem now, she'll come back.
We have different processes here. They try to lure her out like a fucking feral
Because I
animal.
was like, well, first of all, we like denied you all night, and then
Yeah.
your husband's fucking yelling at you over some stupid ass shit.
So with him
we're
being
like,
so
let's draw her back out with Eminem.
with him being so petty, like that's what the first thing
Yeah.
I go do is like he's like, "This'll fuck with her."
Yeah.
It wasn't his decision.
I actually, looking back in retrospect, that probably wasn't the best thing to play.
Like now that I'm down here crying,
Yeah,
I can't
right?
enjoy it.
She's not gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's,
Like,
well, I mean, our processing
I can
wasn't
understand
so
now. I
good.
can
Yeah.
understand.
I get the thought process.
She likes Eminem. We'll get her.
Yeah,
out.
we're all drunk.
They're all fucking drunk.
Guys, I found a cat.
Throw it in the room. It's a raccoon. Put it back outside. Not even It's like, Mom.
She has rabies now. But we tried.
Yeah,
we tried.
yeah.
That trip was ridiculous.
That night was the second. That was after the fucking night. So it wasn't like makeup sex. It was-
No, yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny.
It's like, I'm like, you know what? I understand my little autist. I'm gonna cuddle her and be right back.
I went to bed like,
Yeah, that was such a fun
so
trip.
dumb. And then the next day we went to the lake, and it was emotional on another
Yeah.
front with
It
Jess.
was
Yes.
like near the anniversary of my mom's death, and I like remember
The
being
first anniversary.
Yeah, it was the first.
Was it?
2021.
No, because she died in 2019, so
Oh,
it's the second
2020.
anniversary.
Oh.
And that's why I think I was so frustrated, because I was like, why am I still so angry when I felt nothing but a sense of relief? Like 2019, like when it happened, like obviously I was super sad. It kind of rocked me, but I was like so relieved because she was finally like released from her torture of a life. And then that's kind of what opened me up to like, oh, I need to like live my life. And like, that's why my relationship, finally, I was okay with letting it go. Cause I think I was done running from her too.
Yeah.
And so like all this shit was all coming at me. And I'm like, it's been 2 years. Like, why am I still so mad? And then Gina was there and I just like started crying and she was hugging
Gina
me.
was everyone.
Gina's just like everyone.
Yeah.
She was
Hug
already,
bot.
she was like itchy with STDs
she's like,
and like hugging everyone.
I'm like hugging Jess while scratching my ass. God damn it.
She's like, hold on. I'm so sorry.
But don't get too close.
Yeah.
It was like an indie movie where we all threw
So
rocks
weird.
in the
we
lake.
were throwing rocks
and,
in the lake.
like the Shins were playing in the background somewhere.
We were skipping rocks. It was so cute.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was bummed I missed out on the heartwarming moment because they all did a group hug. But I was off to the side with Casey, like we were vlogging or something. I don't even think. Oh yeah, we did release that. But anyway, yeah. And I was like, I turned back and I'm like,
She's like, they're all hugging.
It was all I knew how to do. Like, I'm not good with words.
Yeah.
So I saw Jess. I'm like,
I was like, I don't even have anything to say. I'm
Yeah.
just angry
Yeah.
for no reason, you know?
You were probably dealing with each stage of grief
Yeah.
each year because you
Yeah.
kind of pushed it down when it wasn't the anniversary. So it's like
Yeah.
you're not dealing with those emotions
Yeah.
and then it comes back up. It's like, oh, you haven't processed this part yet.
Yeah.
of
It's
the
like, oh,
grief.
remember, there's
Yeah.
probably still more down in here, you know?
I remember like in that moment when I saw you, I was like, I need to hug her because I don't know what to say, and I also didn't want to force you to talk about it.
Yeah.
I figured some people just don't want to talk about it; they just want to hug. But I remember thinking like, she's not very affectionate,
No.
so I'm like,
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to give me a hug.
is she gonna karate chop me in the
Yeah,
throat? All right, we're gonna go for it.
Yeah, just
Scotty.
There,
Give
there.
your father a hug. It's like the fucking
There,
doctor.
there, my child.
Yeah, there you go.
so funny. Wait, was the Big Bear trip the one that had a jacuzzi and me and you went in the jacuzzi?
Yeah,
Yeah, I never went in
shit.
that jacuzzi.
I mean,
Dang,
Also,
a lot of stuff
it-
happened in that weekend.
was
it really did.
It was peak me having whatever the COVID thing is where everything tasted like fucking
that's
rubber.
right.
And
we went to the Indian
yeah,
restaurant.
it was
Yeah,
like-
the Indian restaurant.
the
Yeah.
Indian restaurant just smelled like chemical. Everything smelled like a condom, like a
Yeah.
fucking brand
Rubber.
new condom. Like the rubber, like you can taste the chemical latex.
No
in
one
your
else
mouth.
had that issue,
And
so
I
we're all
was
just
like,
like,
loved it.
oh, this is great.
Yeah.
She's like,
You guys brought home like an avocado toast that had like onion on it one
Yeah.
day, and I could smell it across the room. It was just.
I
the
remember
worst.
first hearing about the robot bartender.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, that sounds so cool. I'm thinking like this is a fucking
Like,
automaton dude with a monocle, you know,
I
top
wish.
hat.
it's just a
Brings out this fucking
Keurig.
Keurig. I'm like, oh.
You're just like calling it a robot so we can boss it around. Like, it's,
But I think you guys are the ones who, because of that machine, I tried a Moscow Mule for the first time.
yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
And I was like, this is dope.
Those are pre-made gross ones too. Like,
Nope,
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
but
I
I mean,
didn't
a real
start-
one, a fresh one is better, right?
But I didn't start drinking
Mildly.
until COVID. And this was like mid-COVID.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't start drinking till COVID?
Mhm.
What the
Excuse
fuck?
me?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
else
that
to do.
either.
Well, how
Wait, I
many
did
times
know
have you
that.
guys
I
ever
did know
seen
that.
me
I
drunk
did
in
know
our
that.
like
Didn't
12
you
years?
like throw up on my birthday?
once?
Yeah.
That was
How
the
did
one
I miss
time.
the fact that you weren't drinking the whole time?
That's true.
It
Oh
was
yeah,
very rare
and
for
on my
me.
birthday at the karaoke, you ordered a bottle.
Oh yeah.
I guess Gina, every time I've seen you, you were drinking, but it was like special.
It was like
Yeah,
it was for a special occasion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Gina just
We don't just
drinks.
like hang out every weekend.
That's like how
so-
people on
Yeah.
YouTube used to think I drank all the time because every time I made videos, I'd like be drinking
Yeah.
while I was cooking.
But you're
So,
like, this is for the video.
Like I literally get drunk off half a drink.
Yeah.
I don't really drink.
Let's
that
go down the
often.
line. What was your favorite moment?
Wow. There's a lot. We went through a lot,
Yeah.
dude.
No.
A
lot of my
I
favorite
definitely
moments
love the
weren't
Airbnbs.
in
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another thing about that Big Bear trip, we were playing poker. I had never played in a like public card room yet. That was like the beginning.
yeah.
I didn't even have my own
Oh.
poker
That was the
set
start
yet.
of it.
Yeah.
It was like the very, very beginning. It was like
Oh.
of the obsession. Anyway, San Diego. Almost all my memories were like the trips
Yeah.
that we
that
had.
little kind of like
the
treehouse
moments.
one where we did Christmas,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thanksgiving,
that was
like
cute.
Thanksgiving, and we did like Thanksgiving and Christmas
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we did put that on the channel.
Yeah.
We made
Yeah.
cookies.
We did film vlogs like that in Big Bear, but was the first one where we're like, I don't think we should release any of these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff.
That was
never
like the
came
end of
out.
it.
I think we had
That's
two
true.
videos that never came out.
San Diego
Yeah.
was No, it was Big Bear when you said, Gina, why doesn't your inside match your outside? No, that was the treehouse. The Christmas one.
Yeah,
the
treehouse one.
Yeah. And that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard you say.
What did you do? You just belched or something? Or,
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't... It's so pretty on the outside.
Yeah. Why? And I think the treehouse one where we made Christmas cookies, and that's when you had me try tofurkey for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was pissed because I liked it.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
She was like, don't
pretty
eat
good.
too much of it though, because it might give you diarrhea.
Yeah. All the reviews say that.
But it was actually really good.
pretty good, yeah.
You got a Texan to eat tofurkey, so you accomplished
Corn.
something that day.
That was when you told me, I think that's the first time I heard you say, the best thing about Steve cooking for himself is watching him have to eat what he made. And I lost my mind laughing. It was so good.
This
I was
man.
crying.
He makes burnt whatever he's making.
Burnt chicken,
whatever it is.
burnt broccoli,
And then he drowns it in a Tabasco soup and then dumps pepper on it.
And then you walk in the kitchen, you go,
And I'm like, yeah, I can't breathe.
I was in tears when she said that.
and
And
then watch him eat it after.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
go
like-
on to your favorite, but yeah.
My favorite. Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard.
Favorite moment. Yeah.
I like to put little pieces of each one into like
Me
one
too.
box.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Because I'm like thinking about all of I really liked the treehouse one. And we all did a moon ritual too.
Yeah,
Like,
that was cute.
I really
we did
like
like
that.
meditation.
Yeah.
We did a moon meditation.
yeah.
or something.
I think
Yeah.
the best part about all those trips is everyone was just open to whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
we were-
reading tarot cards.
Yeah, that's right.
They had weird books.
Did
in
we
there,
release
too.
that video?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah,
don't
we
know.
did.
I'm like,
Yeah?
I can't remember
Yeah.
because I feel like someone was reading my tarot and I was like, is it this guy? And the cards were like, no. You know, like it was
Yeah.
like,
I remember that when I was reading tarot cards for you guys off camera, it was really
Yeah,
accurate.
super accurate.
Super
And then
accurate.
we tried to
As soon
film
as-
it and it wasn't.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was so
The
off.
magic went. It got scared.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
doing sit-ups and you guys spraying whipped cream in my mouth every time I
that was
sat
for a
up.
TikTok.
That was for a TikTok
Yeah.
that you wanted
Like,
to make.
It's a reward. It's like a reward.
oh, remember
It's
I was
like a
doing
reward.
like booty bouncing stuff and then
Oh,
we were trying to
yeah.
get you guys to figure out how to like
Yeah, we
bounce your
couldn't
butt
do
cheeks.
it.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
People
I
kept
forgot
going like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're going the wrong direction.
That trip, that was it that house? Which house was it? The house where we did the photo shoot.
That was a scary house. That's
guys-
why-
you
that's
guys
why-
made it scary.
That was your she was your
That
roommate.
was in Culver City, right?
You guys made it scary. You're
we
like,
filmed
Yeah.
our skincare earlier
Yeah.
that night. And then Jess and I roomed together.
'Cause
And
we
for
did
some reason,
it was creepy.
we made it creepy.
yeah.
There was like
It
a weird
was
thing.
creepy.
There was like a
there's
weird thing in the
hole-
walls.
There was a hole that you could. And they're
Yeah.
like, what if the blood? I don't remember what you guys
There
said.
also
Like,
the shower was
noxious
gross.
gas.
Yeah. There's some weird
Yeah.
shit
In the shower, what?
The shower was weird. Like the way that they built it was like it was like enclosed,
Mhm.
like an enclosed place to shower. I can't describe it. It was just actually you guys can see it. It's on
Yeah.
our channel.
And that's when we had our cooking contest.
Yeah,
Yes.
The
Yeah.
breakfast
The
thing.
cook off.
Yeah.
That
Our
I lost
photo shoot.
unfairly.
Because you salted like a lot on hers and not on mine.
Yeah.
Uneven salting,
Yeah.
Jess.
People always say it's about the journey, not the destination, and they're right. Getting there effortlessly is what Bay's luggage and bags were made for. Bay's is there for your journey, wherever your next destination might be. I freaking love my Bay's bags. I have so many of them that I've collected over the years. It has been life-changing because every single bag is built to max effectiveness. So I have pockets for everything. Pockets for my makeup, pockets for my hard drive, pockets for my laptop, my computer, my passport. I have a water bottle bag that they created that is just basically a crossover body bag just to carry my water bottle and my phone and keys. And that is so perfect for the gym or long poker tournament sessions. I also have this travel crossover body bag that is built to like hold your passport and your money and your cash and all that stuff. And there's just so many convenient uses for all of their different types of bags. I absolutely love their carry-on, the rolly bag carry-on. It has a compressor to make sure you get maximum effectiveness of how much you can pack in your bag, as well as the weekender bag, which holds up to 3 pairs of shoes in the bottom. So I don't even have to worry about that taking space in my actual luggage. It's just great. Everything about it is great. There's also a trolley on the weekender bag, so I can put it on my roller carry-on bag, which means I don't have to hurt my shoulders carrying it around the airport all day. It's awesome. Bay's was created by actress Shay Mitchell, Digital to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable. And I think she achieved that goal. Right now, Base has offered our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/bigmood. Go to basetravel.com/bigmood for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/bigmood.
And I remember that night with Jess, like it was so creepy and weird. And then like we went to bed, and then I was like, I'm gonna wait for this bitch to fall asleep. She's like sitting on her phone. Just,
You guys were roommates a lot because at my house you were roommates too.
Yeah, you guys
And then
usually
at the
tend to be
treehouse,
roommates.
right? At the treehouse.
Yeah, because
'cause-
that was scary for me because she had a fucking like those sounds
sorry.
going on.
It was a sound machine of waves.
And I
Beach
woke up in the middle of the night, I was like, oh, this place is fucking haunted.
It's just beach waves.
It literally, I was like, oh, gee. I was like, Nikki would love this. She's a beach baby. She loves
But
the
it's
ocean.
Fake. It's fake sounding.
She would love to like
We're
hear
not
it.
by the ocean. I was like, no fucking clue.
You did know. You forgot.
I
in the
forgot
middle of the
because
night.
I vaguely remembered it like way later. Memory snapped in of when we went to sleep, and you're like, by the way, I'm gonna put on a noise machine. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I'm gone already. I'm already asleep. Whatever the fuck. And I wake up like, holy shit! I'm pulling the covers over.
She got so scared.
Yeah,
That's
like,
so funny.
it's coming from somewhere.
Have we always been roommates except for the the Mexico trip? Me and you were.
Oh
roommates.
yeah.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
I feel
Yeah,
like we've
Gina
always. I
didn't
feel like
make
every other. Have we been roommates every other time?
And
Yeah.
then
Just
the
randomly.
Calamigos Ranch when you weren't there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me
you
and
weren't
Nikki.
there.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
roommates because Tiff
I was
was pregnant,
pregnant.
and we gave her the
The
queen
whole-
suite.
Yeah,
The
that
whole
was nice.
Room by
Yeah.
herself. We didn't film. Did we film Calamigos? Not
I
for the-
vlogged it
you
on
vlogged
my
some?
channel,
Okay.
but I didn't. I don't think we filmed
Yeah,
it.
we were roommates all the time. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sought comfort in hearing Jess giggle to herself with her AirPods on, and then breathing while she's sleeping. I'm like, okay, she's good. I just fall asleep. I'm like, cool.
Oh yeah, she does do that. Like she'll watch videos before bed and she'll be
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like Calamigos, I was so like I felt lonely in my room all by myself, and I hear you guys all giggling, so I cuddled in the middle of them.
Yeah.
I was like, with my big old pregnant belly.
Yeah.
I only came to bed after I was done with playing poker on the
Yeah,
app.
I know. We were like, God damn
we were
it,
at
with
dinner,
the
and I was like,
poker.
it's a free world poker tournament.
With the
Oh
poker.
yeah,
Play
with
this.
your poker.
when
Oh, we
it
had
started.
a fireplace on too. The
Yeah,
fireplace.
yeah.
You
was
signed the
really
documents for
nice.
your
Oh
house.
yeah, that was when I was.
Yeah,
I had just put an offer on the house and they accepted it, and so I had to sign documents saying that I was going to send them like earnest money, which is like a kind of like a deposit in the morning. And I was like, oh my god, it's like happening, like, and I was like so
Gonna
nervous,
get
and I
your
was
house.
like trying to read. Oh, and the person that made the document was Caldwell.
Really?
I remember I was
yeah.
like, your brother's
guys
in real
related?
estate, right? Like,
Yeah,
did he
yeah.
do this?
Not in Nevada.
Yeah.
We also don't have the same last
It was kind of a sign too.
Yeah.
Actually, Jess was the one that talked me into getting the house.
Yeah. You were gonna buy some stupid shitty motorcycle themed house, and I was like, "Get the nice one.
themed house.
You deserve
you
the
would've liked
nice
that.
one."
But I think it was self-sabotaging, honestly, because I had talked myself, well, I loved this house, and then I got there and I was like, it's not that great. Like my contractor friend was like, well, the floors are kind of cheap or whatever, and he was kind of saying that in front of the realtors to get the price down, but I was like,
You didn't really
the
catch
floor-
on.
Yeah, and I was
that
like, oh yeah, it
he
is
was-
kind of cheap. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was like beautiful, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a gorgeous house.
and then I was like, well, it's out of our price range. And so then he got it down like to our price range. And I was like, well, the house next door went for cheaper. And I'm like, but I don't really want to move. I don't want to live in that one.
Yeah.
And then they got it down even further where it was like definitely like way in our price range. I was like, what's wrong with it? And he's like, he's a contractor like for 30 years and he checked everything. He's like, everything's great. Like, it's just like a few superficial things,
Yeah.
like maybe replacing some light bulbs or whatever. And I'm like,
You just want to get rid of the house?
yeah, I was like, well, I read the numerology on the address. It said it's going to be boring
I was like,
living
Nikki, please stop.
Jess is like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Like,
Yeah.
why
I
are
don't
you
know.
doing this to yourself?
I don't know.
I think
And now you
Jess,
love
what was
it.
your favorite
I
moment?
love it now.
Gosh, I feel like, yeah, like I put a lot of them together into one. So like I feel like there's just little moments that we had at each one. Like I can't pick like a favorite one.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard because like
There's like
not
bits
the
and
whole
pieces.
weekend was amazing at any one trip, but like there was parts of it. Like remember when we were at the San Diego house and we were all getting blasted and like me and Steve were like white people dancing.
Yeah.
And then like it was just
the neighbor walked in.
The neighbor
Yes.
walked in.
We didn't know she was even in the house.
She opened her sliding glass door and
She's
like
like,
she was like,
"You're
shut the fuck up."
Bitch, if you were in Texas, you would have gotten shot.
Yeah, that's why they live in
Walked
California.
in.
But she
But we
had,
didn't know. She had a
Yeah.
valid point. So
She
we
had a valid
didn't
point.
know. We're like, the music doesn't go up that loud. And we just kept trying to turn it up. And we turned it to maximum. And it was like barely okay. It was the outdoor speakers.
Yeah.
So the whole neighborhood was getting blasted. Or the music.
Porch, the where the pool was getting all
and this
music.
neighborhood is like really small too. Like everyone's like
On
it's
top
like on
of each
top of
other.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, don't walk into the house.
Yeah.
She's probably like shouting forever. She probably knocking on the door
Probably
forever.
was.
So
Probably
funny.
was.
Yeah, that house we didn't publicize at all.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we didn't film any videos there.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
I don't think we even did stories either. Like we
No.
just were
Chill.
like
It was just one
Just
of our
solo
trips that we were like,
things.
we don't want to do.
We don't wanna
work.
think about it.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we filmed anything.
No.
that whole weekend.
That's what
It
I'm
was
saying. I
This is
feel-
for us.
like
Yeah.
for me personally, my favorite is everything that was off camera. Like
Yeah.
all our actual friendship moments that was the most special for
Yeah.
me.
But it fuels like the content like that we talk
No, it
about, like
definitely
where
does.
like we have like it's all like life building memories. And I also think another reason why we can't pick a favorite moment is because we were in like different stages of our evolution
Yeah.
at each.
So much changed for
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
thing.
crazy.
I
that
feel
we
like
did.
that's kind of fun to go around and talk about like how we were so different
Yeah.
at the beginning of this podcast to where we're at now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like I guess I'll go first.
Yes, you.
I like the beginning
Well,
of this
hold on, wait.
podcast.
I'm just gonna say right now, one of my most favorite moments in this whole entire podcast was when I got to meet your stupid fucking baby for the first time.
Aw, you fucking kiss ass.
He's such a little piece of shit. Anyways, continue. He
Yeah,
sucks
because
anyways.
just
Fuck you,
because you
Luca.
have the very special, honorable place of being the very first person outside of family to hold him.
Yeah, it was dope. I had to make a good impression. Go on.
Whatever.
No, but yeah, like for me, like the person I was when this podcast started back in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I like
Completely different.
I don't even
That was
recognize
early
that girl.
2019 too.
Yeah.
That was like when we were in Vegas, like March of
Yeah.
2019
Yep.
when we were first talking about it.
Mhm.
That's true.
Not pregnant.
Like
Yeah.
Jess and Joe still
I,
together.
I
from
was
being
still,
pregnant.
yeah, I was still with
You were
Joe. My mom was still
Yeah.
alive.
like non-blonde Jess.
yeah, like brown
yeah,
hair.
brown
She
hair
had
Jess.
just dyed her hair before the show.
Yeah.
Like right before the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and like just my whole being of a person, like to the point I was so different to the point where in the middle of all this, there like Steve coined the term tiffessance. I was going through
Yeah.
tiffessance because I was actually like finding my voice, finding my confidence, finding myself,
Standing up for yourself.
and like no longer being like used and abused in different ways. And I don't know, just I'm really proud of the tiffessance era. Like
Yeah.
it's just I needed that. I
You
really
put an
needed
end
that.
to Into Deep Tiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I remember,
like I stand up for myself, Tiff.
Yeah.
I remember the moment that I noticed or I realized that was when I was having trouble deciding something in the group. And you were like, Gina, do you understand? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was
Yeah.
like, what do you
Oh,
mean?
shit.
And then, you talked to me and I was like, oh, fuck. And it was
Like,
like,
if Tiff's telling you what the fuck is
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
what just happened?
That's how you know.
yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. And for Tiff to do that, I was like, okay, this is
Real.
really serious.
Yeah.
This is real. Like, all
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, shit's changing.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like during that time too, like with Casey and I trying to like work on our marriage and like get to a better place where we can get pregnant because we had been wanting.
You hadn't even gotten your house yet.
No, we didn't
Yeah.
have a house.
Yeah.
We were still
Oh.
renting. Yeah, that's wild.
Ah.
Yeah, and now look at us. We have our home. We have our baby. It's
Mhm.
like crazy. Like
Y'all went to therapy.
crazy.
Y'all worked on
yeah,
yourself.
we're a lot better.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we're like thinking of another baby, like it's just crazy. It's crazy.
You're
We're
thinking of
like-
another baby? What did I
we
miss?
want Luca to
have a
have, like-
sibling close to him.
yeah, because
in age.
like I didn't get to grow up with siblings. Isaac didn't get to grow up with siblings, so
Yeah.
I feel really guilty that I did that to Isaac. 'Cause I really didn't want to. I didn't want him to be an only child. For
And
his
you want to
whole-
have your home birth.
Experience.
yeah, and I
Experience.
want to get that what's the term? I can't think of the term, but like I want to be able to close my birthing experiences with the thing that I've been wanting the most, like that I deserve it, that like I'm entitled to.
I want to be there.
My good birth.
I want to be there. Not like in the vicinity where I have to see this shit, but like maybe upstairs in the vents. I don't know.
You can help
in the
take care,
vents, like just watching.
you can help take care of Luca.
I'll be chewing cashews in your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just call me when that whole thing's over. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like whenever you guys want your babies.
Yeah.
Pop them in.
Yeah.
I will birth them for you.
I might need to.
Yeah, I will.
I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
Will you really though? For real?
Maybe.
I was telling them yesterday, I was like, for sure you guys I would, but Nikki maybe not. Because I don't know if you for sure would
What?
want to.
Oh.
I feel like you would want to go through the whole
You think that
process.
Yes. I think they would want.
Like you would actually have the baby.
I'm saying for health reasons. So my neighbors just had to use a surrogate after trying IVF for 4 years because like her body, like it would take, but then she would miscarriage or like, you know, stillbirth because it was just, yeah. And like her eggs were still good. His sperm was still good. She just couldn't carry it. And so, and like, she's not that much older than me. And so I'm like, whoa, like I don't, to save myself like the heartbreak of that, maybe just pick a healthier, younger person to carry.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, yeah, I would want, like if I was to get pregnant, I would want the whole like experience of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
That's
for
why
sure
Tiff-
you guys are on the way.
Your husband's not gonna like it though. He's already like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's my body, whatever. He doesn't matter. Just kidding. I love
No,
him.
he does matter, but yeah.
What if she really does like have an orgasmic experience giving birth like the way she wants to, and she's just like addicted to like giving birth to babies?
I
Like,
like
give
that
me
works
another
me.
one.
Like you can give me an army if you want. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go through that part of it.
Yeah.
Can you keep it until it's like 5 too? Because like I like
can
the
you raise it a little
coloring
bit?
part.
I feel like you'd be really good at that.
I would be down to birth your baby, to incubate, birth, and keep your baby for like the first 4 months.
Perfect.
I smell a
Keep it.
business
Keep
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
New baby business.
30 grand.
No, I'm already gonna be 33 at the end of this year. No, wait.
She's like, I only got a few years
32?
left.
Damn.
Yeah,
Why do I always
33.
think of you as being 23?
I
I don't know why.
I
Or
never
29.
feel.
I
Yeah,
picture
or
more like 29.
yeah, 28, 27.
I'm in my 20s forever.
Yeah. Everyone stays the age they were when I met them.
Yeah.
No, but if it's not my egg and sperm,
Yeah.
and if my womb is still healthy, like
Blooming.
I don't see why not. There's women that have kids in their 50s.
Yeah, you're Latina.
And exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you're the
true.
most fertile.
You're
You're
fine. I'll be safe. You're
Yeah,
good.
I think I'd be good.
Yeah.
Just blink a sperm in your direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Be
Well, I
pregnant
don't
with
know.
my
We've
baby.
tried for years.
So
to-
I think too precious.
You were unhappy.
Yeah.
yeah.
You were unhappy and
Yes.
your body said
my body
no.
was rejecting
Yeah.
it. That's why I'm really proud of our marriage that we
Yeah.
got to the place where we got pregnant.
Yeah.
And like we're good. And like Luca's here and he's happy.
Yeah.
He's a really happy baby.
He
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's really happy.
Mhm.
Where,
And,
did,
like, he's just
where does that
smiling
come
everywhere.
from?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
where does
telling
that come from?
I'm telling you, because there was happiness
Yeah.
finally blossoming.
Like
in my
whatever
life.
happens when you get pregnant is like what the baby is.
Yeah,
like
I
your
think so.
health, your
Yeah.
mental health.
Because
like,
they
your-
My
absorb
mental health,
like, the
'cause, like,
stress.
Literally, the day I found out I was pregnant was a huge alleviation of stress.
Yeah.
Like the biggest of my life for the past decade. So it's just been blissful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel
about
like Jess, you went through a Jess-a-sance too.
Yeah, you totally did. Oh my God, you totally did. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Jess that started this podcast to this Jess?
Yeah.
That
Fucking
was pretty
wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't think that I had much to offer, I guess, in the terms of like why am I even on the show, or like I shouldn't even be
Yeah,
here.
you both were dubbed the quiet ones.
Yeah, like
And,
kind of
like,
useless, not
Yes.
not
I
not
wouldn't. I would
entertaining.
never say
It was told to my face.
It was but not people in this room.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, and they're drinking wine. But no, like I don't know. I definitely think that like just having you guys, not even the show, but just like having you guys be there for me after my breakup, like was definitely the crutch that I needed, and like also just the support that I got from everyone, and we gave that to each other.
Yeah.
Like we all
people
kind of
that
went through
genuinely support
Yeah.
your growth
Yes.
in life. And,
like I felt free. Like
all
I
the
had
stages
I
of
had-
that, the messy
Yeah,
stages, even
exactly.
it's like
I had stability in you guys.
She brought the whole bottle.
I had
she pours a
stability.
little and just
Gina's stop. You guys gave me like the security that I needed, like the emotional security that I needed, and it helped me get through.
Honestly,
like,
I could say the same too. Like for me personally, with what I was going through, that's definitely you guys gave me the strength.
I think I was very insecure before I had you guys like really close to me. And now I just feel like I could do anything. And I kind of have. Like I've like passed the CPA exam. I work at like the second largest CPA firm in the world. I was able to be like, okay, stop focusing on bullshit. Like you can do this. You can do anything.
Yeah, like I'm smart.
Yeah.
I got my whole life
like,
ahead of me.
People do like me, you know? Like,
yes,
you know?
bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember early on, we weren't close at all.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really know each other.
And we're so different.
We're so different.
Yeah.
And I remember like...
Just say it.
Just getting emotional.
Say it bluntly.
I can take it.
When Jess would say like definitive things about things, and I'm like, no, you're wrong, dude. You're fucking dumb. You're new in this group. I don't know. Whatever. And then it turned out to be true, and I was like, oh shit. All right. You know, that was a fluke. Whatever.
Like when she comes in your kitchen and goes, "These knives are bad."
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Oh, they are kind of. Okay.
You hate yourself because they're so dull.
It's like I just didn't understand Jess. I'm like, you're this new person. You don't get, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
you don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then later on, I'm like, oh, she was right.
Yeah.
She's never been wrong.
Yeah. And then the second time around, I'm like, oh shit, is she right again? Oh shit, she's right. And then, but the relationship with me and you was like, I barely know this bitch too. Oh, she knows. And she doesn't sugarcoat it, and she's right. And like that's when I knew I was like, I can trust this bitch.
Every guy that you brought in front of me, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I had a hard time accepting it in the beginning, not just dating, but like relationships, friendships, family, whatever in general, where I'm like, what the fuck does she know? And then every time she turned out to be right, I was like, this bitch is smart as fuck.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm actually paying attention and observing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
You know,
dealing
like,
with different psychological types.
Yeah.
Too.
Where
Right.
like other people are like, oh no, you know, they're sugarcoating it. Jess is like, no, dude, this is no.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it took me. At first, I didn't really, but after a while, I'm like, okay, she actually knows what she's doing. This is why she's doing it. It's out of good faith, and you know, and she's not sugarcoating it because she loves you.
Exactly.
And I appreciate your opinion on everything so much more.
yeah. I'm glad that we were able to get close, because I just never thought, like when I first came around years ago, like fucking 8 years ago or something, like I never thought that I would be like, we're just so different, we're never going to be close. But then now like you
Just
matter
liked
a
me
lot
right
to
away.
Stupid.
I
liked you before I met you.
I know. I like heard through the grapevine.
I was like a
Joe was like,
fan.
my girlfriend likes you. I'm like,
Yeah.
me.
That's cute.
Yeah,
And that's what it was for a
fun.
while. I was like, that's Joe's girlfriend. That's all it was, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I went through some of like probably my worst fucking depression ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first person I called was Jess.
Yeah.
And she was the first one to like
I fucking love that.
talk me out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Jess is fucking incredible.
I love you.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Yeah, I mean that's how I felt about your guys' breakup too. Like, fuck the people that are like, no, that's just how relationships are. I'm gonna reconsider. It's like you don't care about your friend's happiness, actually. Like, if you can't put the pieces together that like maybe both of these people will be happier in other relationships or just on their own
And
entirely.
we are.
Yeah, then like you're not a good friend. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, a good friend is gonna tell you, you know, bluntly but gently, like,
This is not
hey,
compatible.
like, I care about you,
Yeah.
and this is what I see, and you make your own choices. I won't have judgment for you. I'll support you, whatever. But this is, do you really want this? Like, you know, and I think that's what she did for you.
Oh,
too,
absolutely.
You know, like, where it's
Yeah.
like, do you really, like, really?
Yeah. Jess was
Think
the
about
only
this.
person, not like you guys did anything wrong. It's
Yeah.
like Jess or Steve really advocated for my previous relationship because he met the dude like a couple times.
Steve is,
He didn't have all the information.
he didn't have all the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
or the female intuition.
Yeah.
I definitely, there was people, he just sees the good in people right
Yeah.
away, which is great. And he has a gift of being able to see the good and uplift that part in people and like really like let people realize their inner strength and their strengths, you know, and emphasizes that. But sometimes to his detriment, where I'm like, this person's taking advantage of you, and he doesn't see it. And he's like, no, like you don't understand, like blah blah blah. I'm like, no.
And I think that's the sweetest thing. Like he wants to see the good in people, so bad, and that's why we love him so much. But Jess, from day one,
I remember we had a whole fight around the kitchen or the dining table at Nikki's house. Like I was almost fighting with Steve because I was like, no. And he's like, yeah, but just give it a time. You know, I'm like, no.
I remember that.
Just from day one.
And then I went silent. I was like, y'all are all fucking wrong.
and I didn't listen to Jess because I wanted so bad to believe that.
Yeah. I've been there. I've done the same shit.
But like, yes, from day one, Jess will let you know, like, this is not good for you, Gina. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it and make you feel better. This is not good for you. And she was right.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to believe it. So now Jess is like my fucking compass. It's like, Jess, should I buy
Where's True North?
Yeah. Like, True North. These eggs are about to expire, but it's a great price. Should I buy it or not? Like, Jess is everything. Like,
she's like, they have to put the expiration date way before it actually expires. Fucking buy it.
That's exactly how she tells you. That's how she tells it.
She's my magic 8 ball now. Like, I trust Jess, and Jess, like, anything she says is a Bible to me.
Silly. You're silly.
She's never been wrong.
Never in my whole life.
Except for about your own stuff. Sometimes you get too zoomed in.
That's crazy.
And I feel like that's how this group is.
Yeah.
Like,
balance each other.
Whenever one is too in their own thing, they like don't have good judgment because they're just too sucked in. Another is like, hey, this is actually what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I can see
like,
this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why this podcast always has worked really well too between us. Like we each bring a different perspective to the table, and there's our audience, like, you know, you guys relate to each of us in different ways. And I don't know, that's how we were able to maintain this for 3 years.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know.
3.5.
I think it's like
3.5.
It's very interesting because Jess has always been kind of like the firecracker, and like not in like a bad way, but like the odd man out, where like we did so many episodes of Am I the Asshole? But there were so many comments where like, I want to hear Jess on this.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's like everyone knows like you may be like the other like the person fighting for the other side.
Devil's advocate.
And it's like fuck, god damn it, she makes sense. All right, you know, like it's like I don't want to agree with you, but you might be right, and that's why like people wanted to see you so bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Nikki, look at you living your
I
retired
know.
life.
Yeah, I'm
taking your beautiful apartment away from me.
Skinny and tan, and you have a beautiful house on the lake,
on
and
a
you're
lake.
fucking playing poker all day.
Your
Making
apartment
banks.
was my safe place.
Stop. Tell me more.
Do any of you guys feel that eco guilt? Because I know I sure do, especially when it comes to my food waste. For the longest time in my household, we always separate our food waste, but I never composted because it's really complicated to try to do your own composting. Like I never understood how to do it. So instead of actually doing something with those food scraps, we would just throw it in the trash in the regular old bin. And I honestly did feel kind of guilty, where I'm like, man, you know what? This food waste could totally be used to turn it into some nutrient-rich soil, but I ain't got time for that. So I just never did. I would just throw it in the waste, and I would think about how it's just piling up in the landfill when it could serve a purpose. Enter Lomi. Lomi allows me to turn my food scraps into dirt with a push of a button. Lomi is a countertop electric composter that turns scraps to dirt in under 4 hours. There is absolutely no smell when it runs, and it's super quiet. Thanks to Lomi, I have way less garbage each week. I used to go from so many bags, I honestly can't even tell you, maybe about like 3 bags per day of food scraps. And now we literally don't ever throw out any food scraps at all. We just throw it all into the Lomi, and it just turns into dirt, and I reuse that dirt for my pots as soil, or I'll just throw it in the green bin, which I know is going to be used for the environment. We honestly use our Lomi every single day after every single meal. All of our food scraps go in there, and I just love the fact that now our house doesn't smell like nasty food waste. I probably run the Lomi about maybe like once every 2-ish days, and whenever I do run it, it's only because it's gotten filled up, but it's never because it actually smells. Like my Lomi never stinks up my kitchen. And once it actually does run and it turns into dirt, that dirt actually smells pretty great, where I'm like, well, how is it possible that this nasty food actually turned into this pretty good smelling dirt? It's really interesting. But I honestly feel great knowing that I'm composting now and I'm creating soil instead of waste. I have basically a limitless supply of dirt for my garden. So it's such a win-win. No more stinkiness, no more trash going into the landfill, and now my potted plants get nutrient-rich soil. If you want to start making a positive environmental impact or just make cleanup after dinner that much easier, Lomi is perfect for you. Head to lomi.com/bigmood and use the promo code BIGMOOD to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you head to lomi.com/bigmood and use code BIGMOOD at checkout. Food waste is gross. Lomi is your solution. With the holidays just around the corner, Lomi will make the perfect gift for someone on your shopping list, because side note, I honestly bought someone a Lomi already because I was raving about it and they were like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then I was like, oh my God, perfect. I didn't know what to get you for Christmas. So I actually purchased a Lomi for them. Anyway, highly recommend it. Check them out.
Yeah, what a ride. I feel like there was a lot, mentally, the person that I've always been this like high anxiety, like hustle, get things done, be productive, because it was came from a place of like being really poor, like being really broke, and then like figuring out how to make the life that like the work life that I like sustain my livelihood. And then I ran out of fear of like losing that, so it was always just like I would not let myself freaking rest, because I just didn't want to lose things that I built, and I just wanted to like keep things together and like keep the ship from sinking and like all the shit. And then like moving to Vegas, or at least it probably happened before then mentally, but like when we actually moved, like this past year has been like what if I didn't hustle that hard? What if I just, for the first time ever in my life, and this probably came from my dad just being like, you have to like be disciplined, and I have really good discipline, but I've never not been disciplined, and I never knew what that felt like to just like relax. Like that word's a foreign word. And even now, like when I'm like, okay, relax, I'm like, what about and like, it's like I have to do laundry, and then I have to, and there's a whole thing that I'm like, no, just relax. And I'm like, okay, oh wow, like the sky's really blue, and like I don't know what time it is right now. Whoa, that's weird. I usually always know what time it is. And like, oh, these things are kind of due, but like, do they have to be due? What's the consequence if they're not? If I don't turn it in, like what happens? And like, oh, nothing really. So okay, well, let's just don't do it. I'm like, are we really not going to turn it in? Oh my God, we're not going to turn it in.
You've had a teacher behind your back like your whole life or something.
And like I finally ditched class for the first time. I'm like,
and then nothing happens.
I'm supposed to be in class. I'm drinking a Slurpee. And it's been
you
like
finally have like quiet in your brain, you feel like?
And like I think that's why, because I definitely like lost weight too, which was unexpected. I've not been trying, there's many years where I was trying to lose weight. I had SIBO and all this crazy shit happening with me. But the first thing my nutritionist said was like, what do you do for work? And then tried to eliminate things so that I could get stress off my plate, because she said that stress was blocking my digestive system from working. And then I think this is the first time in my life where like I'm not that stressed. Like I'm stressed that I'm like, maybe I should be more stressed. Like I'm like, is there something weird? Like I'm a little bit too relaxed. Like what happens? Like what if I'm letting my whole life slip now? And I start getting worried about that. But like for the most part, I've been just having this gap year of like, oh my God, like what brings me joy every day? Let's do that. About rollerblades and rollerblading. And like, I just like go swimming when I want to, like, oh, it's hot out, I'm going to put on a bathing suit and jump in the pool. And like, that was fun. Okay. Now I'm going to go journal, or I don't know. Like, I just kind of have just been feeding that inner child, and I think that there was just a lot of things she didn't get to do. She was told no to. She was taught to be more disciplined. I was always the older child, so I was taking care of my brother a lot, and like always having to be like super extra responsible. And then, being self-employed, like making sure that ship is running, making sure I'm in charge of all the finances, the taxes, the like making sure the household runs. And this year I've just been like, what if I didn't worry about anything? And it's been like really hard to do that, but like kind of life changing in that regard. Like if 3 years ago me met me now, she'd be like, what the fuck? Like, how, but what happens if you money doesn't come? Like what happens? Like how are you not caring about that? And I
also
don't
like
know.
your career stuff too. Like you were still trying to act and stuff.
Yeah, like I was worried about auditions and like wanting to make sure it really came down to people pleasing, honestly. Like I wanted my manager not to be disappointed that he's sending me out on all these auditions and I'm not booking anything, and like I wanted to like make sure that the people that watch my videos were having a good time, and like I really didn't like look at like, am I having a good time? You know,
Right.
Am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I proud of anything that I've done?
Yeah.
And like it was just kind of like a huge perspective shift, and it happened through therapy too. I was going through a lot of shit in 2020, and my therapist was just basically talking about how I've probably been living my life for other people and like fulfilling their dreams, like from childhood on. Like there's just, I forget what she called it, but she broke down just like everyone has their different roles in the family, and like your role was kind of like the glue and like kind of fulfilling everyone else's needs, and not like asking yourself like, what do I want? Like what do I actually like this? And kind of just convincing myself that like, no, this is for me, but it's like, no, it's not really.
Right.
And so yeah, this was the first year where I was just like, what like really ignites that spark in me again? And I never expected it to be poker, to be honest. Like I like that game, I like it, and Mafia is kind of similar and it's really fun. It's always been fun, but if I was like, I want to be a poker player, like I would have never.
Yeah, it's kind of random.
It's super random. It makes sense. I've always scored like the 50-50 on the brain thing, left, right, brain, and like that game like really utilizes both halves in a way that like makes me feel whole. Like even the tilting moments where I'm like losing, I'm like, I don't care. Like that was the right move to make, even though I lost that pot. And it's just very like, it's analytical, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's like all the things I've ever been passionate about studying.
Just
And
being like your most true, authentic self with every decision.
Like finding, and that's what this year has really been, is just like getting down to even the shadow self. I know we had talks about like the shadow self before, and I didn't really truly understand it. It's like the parts of you that you like, everyone
That's
has
your whole self.
It's incorporated. Bitch.
I know you, bitch.
Makes sense.
It's incorporating the parts that you're embarrassed to even admit that are part of you. Like
Kind
where
of likes your darker.
like your-
no one in
your-
society likes those parts. Like people don't like
like the
bad
part of you that
side.
wants to try human meat. That's kind of a shadow
That
self
is
thing.
not wrong. Okay? We should be accepted. Okay?
That's why I'm like, that's your whole being is your shadow. You're just you just are your shadow
ego.
self. Yeah.
Your ego.
you need to
is
find
your shadow
the
self.
light self.
Yeah.
I just got a flamethrower. Don't shame me. I wanted to set things on fire.
Yeah.
Her horns get sad.
Yeah.
It curves down.
Her tail stuff.
Yeah, it's like,
That's cute.
that's adorable. Yeah, it's just like the parts that you were trying to hide because you know society has like shamed you for it. Like, you know, maybe you talk too much, or maybe you like get like really hyper sometimes, or like you like
vices
you
live
sometimes
within
want
your shadow
attention,
self. Right.
even though like you don't always want attention, but sometimes you like kind of want attention, or like you, and so you instead turn on that side of yourself and you're like, oh, people that want attention, or people that talk too much, or this, or people that, and you like start judging other people for that part of you that you don't want to acknowledge kind of exists there. And when you kind of become friends with it and are like, hey, like, go ahead, you know, do that annoying thing that I think is so cringe and like I'm embarrassed of, like, what does that feel like? Did you get it? Like, and then you kind of become friends, and you're like, that part of you doesn't want to act up as much anymore. And it's like,
Doesn't want the attention because it's getting attention.
because like, oh, thanks for giving that to me. Like, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. And yeah, I guess I just never even wanted to acknowledge that part existed. And it's been like a really like big journey of like what it, like I always thought I was being my authentic self, but then like digging even deeper, like truly like, what is she? Where is she? Who is she? Like, what is she? What's living down there that I've suppressed or whatever? And And yeah, it's been enlightening. And then now I'm just having an existential crisis of like, is my purpose done? I think I'm done. Like, I think I'm done. I think I
sound like Tiff.
I completed the boss level. I'm like, I fought all the demons. I think I'm pretty much done. Like, do you want me to do anything else? I don't know if there's other things to do. And Steve's like, how dare you? Don't leave me. And I'm like, I don't know.
That's what happens when you retire too young.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue my struggle and continue to work so that I don't think about that being done.
Like, I have to do more things because there's like time
You've
left,
got
I
like
guess,
30 more years to figure out what to do.
People are like, don't you want to have kids still? I'm like, I don't know. If they come, I'm not going to deny them.
Only other natural step. Like, what are you going to do? Go find another job? Like,
become a Vegas showgirl? I don't know.
Tune in to my vlog channel. This is the next chapter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gina, you've come a long way.
Yeah, look at you.
How do you feel like
in a
you've changed?
relationship
You went
that
from-
you've actually
You kind of like
launched
not
into?
happy in your job that you had. Like you were okay, but you were like there were parts.
Now you're
that
on
you
TV,
hated
girl.
All right. Well, it's our last episode, so give me a second. Hold on.
what are you doing?
You itching your butt? Okay.
Oh,
She's releasing
vaping. What are you feeding her more alcohol?
So, last episode, and, I've been drinking also. Dude, the last 3 years have been fucking insane. Like, probably the worst things I've been through in my life.
Yeah.
And the best.
And
I
the
would
best.
say.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like this dichotomy.
It's very strange. And so, like, I quit smoking. Fantastic. Like, I quit smoking.
Still vaping.
10 years ago, 2014, maybe almost 10
And then you
years.
started again.
And then I started again because it got bad within the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, it was just
Yeah,
like
all the
I've-
stresses.
Yeah. I went through so many changes in life. So when I first started the podcast, I was streaming, waking up at 2 p.m, going to bed at like 5 a.m, like just like this Gina's this fucking gremlin that never shows up on time ever. And then I'm like, all right, there's these girls that I see all the time. I'm like, cool, whatever. I have like no really like attachment to you. Like my closest friends were the people I've known since high school.
Yeah.
And then I got thrown into this podcast where it's like, it was a financial thing for me at first. Like, yeah, this works. It's business,
Yeah.
And then I was like, after a while, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm starting to love these people.
God damn it.
Lame.
What an
This is
inconvenience.
Stupid, And I realized that over the years that you guys have become very important pillars of my life. Tiff, you are my peace.
Aw.
You give me hope for marriage and having a baby. And I think that moment came when randomly you and I were hanging out in my room. We fell asleep and we napped together in my bed.
That's like my favorite friendship moment with you. Actually, no. Austin topped that.
Austin.
Aw.
What happened in Austin?
Isn't that your
Yeah.
stupid fucking baby?
No. I didn't mean to interrupt, but because I'm like, I want to keep hearing more. No.
We 69.
Austin.
That
Imagine.
guy in the comments is like, yeah. I will say that I'm so painfully straight, but the only time I've ever
Fuck it,
had
it's
a
the last episode. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew it.
I'm so painfully straight, but
They
the
put
only
the do
time
not
I've ever
disturb sign up. I was
I'm
like,
outta
hey,
here. I
okay.
did not know any
the
of
only
this.
time I've ever had a lesbian dream was with Tiff.
What?
She was in my dream.
Did you have to tell me? Oh yeah, she brought it up on an episode.
So this was
on
your
this channel.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
but
What did you
I
guys
still
do in
haven't
Austin?
heard
It was
the
weird.
dream, but tell it on
I ate
camera.
her pussy.
What?
And I like, look, I am so painfully straight. I've experimented before when I was 18.
Now I'm
gonna be
picturing.
the
Why am
real
I
Casey
picturing
clips.
I'm thinking about it now too. Like,
Yeah.
Stop.
I experimented once when I was 18, and that's when I realized, nah, I'm straight as fuck. But the only time I've ever had a lesbian dream was Tiff. And I woke up, I was like,
I was like, not for free, Gina. Don't say it for free.
yeah, whatever, I don't give a fuck. It's the last episode, fuck
Mine
off.
was with
of it.
Elizabeth Hurley, but you just
Yeah, it was Tiff.
Okay.
And I woke up, I was like, what the fuck? I
so
don't
you're
have-
saying Tiff's not good enough?
No, she's great. I just, usually like if I'm gonna have a one-time sex dream, it's gonna be like some like celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cute.
That's
really
such
sweet.
a-
honor,
That's
right?
really
No, I was gonna
sweet.
say it's such a
Yeah.
compliment. I'm really honored. I swear. No, so my favorite friendship moment that topped the us falling asleep is so in Austin when we were driving to the sushi spot after we filmed.
Oh, we weren't.
We
in the
had-
car.
No, she was in the car with me.
Because she got fucking lost. Like, she was in the elevator, and we were like, where'd she go?
Yeah.
We had such a deep conversation. You were pretty drunk.
In the car?
Yeah, in the car.
The fuck were y'all talking? She don't even remember it.
No, she was literally
my favorite moment.
Yeah.
No, we were
Gina's
literally
like, oh.
we were crying. We were literally crying. She was holding my hand. She was telling me how proud she is and how she loves seeing my life and how, because she remembers when we first met and like where my life was at that point. And it was just the most touching, most like beautiful, like most heartfelt like expression of like how she's, I don't know how to describe
Friendship,
it.
yeah,
like the most beautiful expression of friendship I've ever heard. And I was just like, Gina, we're literally in the car right now. Yeah, that was that.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait, was like Casey in the car?
Yeah, so we were in
his parents?
Yeah, where?
In
Who
the
was
car
in the
going to
back?
They were in, it was
Isaac
his
was in the
dad,
back?
or Casey's dad was in the back.
So Casey's dad was in the trunk. So it was a G class, so we couldn't have like more seats anyway. And then Casey was driving. Where was Isaac? No, Isaac wasn't there. Isaac was to Dallas. Isaac wasn't there. Luca was in the car seat, and then me and Gina in the back seat, and then Casey's mom in the front. Yeah, that's how it was. So
He was driving to Uchiko?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I was drunk as shit, and I was holding her hand. I was telling her how proud I was of her and where she's gone through in life. And I realized
I was
now,
talking to her, like telling you too. I'm like, look at you, girl. Look at how far you got. Yeah, we were. It was.
I now
sweet.
realize that Tiff and I have shared the most intimate moments that
tell me about it. You ate her pussy.
yeah, I ate her pussy.
I ate Jess's pussy.
I ate her pussy in my dreams. It was weird. Like, I woke up like
I licked Nikki's butthole.
It was through the thong.
So fun.
the ring in the thong that we invented.
The last
That was
episode.
a different episode.
We're close.
Yeah.
No, I woke up from that. I'm like, no, I'm still straight. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know,
You
but
woke up and you went,
yeah, weird.
Because she forgot that I lasered in her dream.
But like, I realized
cat hair.
I realized that Tiff, I've shared moments with her at very like the quintessential stereotypical whatever points in your life that everyone always remembers. Like those. It was very strange. Like
the
the
tipping
first one,
points of like when you change.
yeah, like everyone grows up dreaming about their wedding. Well, Tiff and I had a beautiful moment at her wedding.
Yeah.
You know, where we held hands outside of the reception area.
Yes.
And I told her, I was like, I'm so happy for you and I love you so much. You know? And then the next one was like, so I couldn't make it to the pregnancy announcement that she did for everyone. So she had to do it at my house just with me.
Yeah.
And it was almost like it kind of worked out because this was like a sign in my life where it's like, look, Tiff's here sharing another beautiful moment in her life that you can also achieve, like these core memories in life, you know, where she got to tell me herself just with me and her that she was pregnant and knowing that what she went through before, like I cried. And then another moment was in the car, in the fucking beautiful G-Wagon that they own, that I was proud of her for all the accomplishments that she's made in life. And then, so my biggest fear in life is that I will never be safe because everything I've went through. But I love Tiff so much that I felt so safe that I took a nap with her in my fucking bed. We've never done this.
They're all about naps.
Yeah, right? It's just napping, you know? So when I mention my pillars in life is that Tiff, you are always my safety, you know, because you gave me all these moments in life where it's like core memories that are safe and beautiful and loving. So you are that because you are a very peaceful person, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah, underneath all of anything that you feel like you're too much of, like at the very bottom, like you do just feel like very peaceful.
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah,
guys.
you bring peace. You're a wife. You're a mother. You're a loving. I tried your weird food that you made at the first.
Breast milk.
I tried your breast milk. Like if that's not safety, I don't know what the fuck it is. You know, like that's like fucking from infancy. But yeah, so you are my pillar of safety, which I want and I seek so bad.
You've like analogously, I don't know. You've drinking from her teat.
Yeah.
Right? So,
We're fucking
she's
in here
the
for life.
nurturer, and she is this
You're the
pillar
mother.
of safety.
Yes.
Like literally.
Aw.
I've only drank from my mother before. And now you know, it's,
You're the new
Aw.
mom.
yeah.
I love you.
And even like your son now, Isaac, like he's like he went to his homecoming.
He's a whole ass man.
Just yesterday he went to his homecoming.
Yeah.
That
And
was
like
blowing my mind because
I
I remember
know.
like holding him like a monkey, like
Yes.
he was just like this big,
Yeah.
wrapped
Now
around
he's
me,
in high school.
Yeah.
and now I can't pick him up.
I
And,
know,
like-
and then seeing your eyes tear up, I'm like, Jess, I was keeping it together. And
I was like, oh my god, you're a
and then,
man.
And then I look at Gina and her eyes are all welling up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, you guys.
this motherfucker, I carried him in the fucking airport when we were going to Japan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then like yesterday, like right before his homecoming, like we were sitting in my room, he's like, Gina, I'm really nervous. And he's opening up to me. And then today after the homecoming, like right when I saw him, he's like, he gets up and he hugs me right away. And I'm like I'm like excited. I'm like, how'd it go, dude? Like how, like you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's going down generations. Like you are my safety and the family that I've always wanted, the peace I've always wanted. And so Jess, you are my pillar of knowledge.
She's like the father, and she's the mother.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's weird. You're like this super feminine energy.
Yeah.
And you're like this masculine, like,
Thank you for that, Limo.
yeah. It's true.
Like, well, here's how you fucking turn your lease in. You got fucking get ripped off.
Don't get ripped off, bitch. Don't fucking call me before you sell your
last night,
car.
like, oh, you
I'm
got
gonna teach you how to get a fucking car.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, this has under 10,000 miles on it. This baby's gonna sell. You call me up next time.
I didn't open a door for you. Fuck that bitch.
Make sure to negotiate that.
I was like, my AC in my car's like, gotta change the coolant on that. Gee, don't go to the fucking Honda dealership. Go to the mom and pop shop.
Baby, take a picture of me next to my new BMW. Okay, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Here you go.
How much did you make? You better set aside taxes on that.
It's so true.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking true. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh man.
So like, whatever Tip is like the feminine safety, Jess is like the masculine stand up for yourself. This is what you fucking do.
Yeah,
Which
so
like I
funny.
didn't grow up with a dad. Like that's what I needed.
I'm your dad.
You're my dad. Dad.
She eats out her mom, though, so don't get too attached to this story. Don't get too.
Oh my god.
Case I ate your wife's pussy.
Yeah, so bye. Discuss that
He's like,
later.
that's the
He's like,
greatest
"No,
thing
you
you could have
someone
ever
did
said
it,
to me."
goddamn.
So yeah, Jess, you were my pillar of like knowledge, where it's like you taught me like all those like red flags I had, the intuition of like all my fear. Like I was right, I just didn't feel validated in any way.
Yeah.
I couldn't trust myself when you were like, bitch, yes, it's real. Fucking believe it. Your intuition is right. And I had such a hard time accepting that. And you're the one who taught me like you need to trust what you feel on the inside. You know, like you've always been so fucking brutal. You've always been so honest. You know,
Brutal.
yeah, it's always been so brutal. And at first I'm like, this is kind of jarring.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But after a while, I'm like, this is the truest form of love that you have, that you give people. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't sugarcoat things. You tell them what it is because you love them so much, because you've been through so much shit in life, you know? And it's like through you, I've learned to trust myself, to like I am all the knowledge that I've gathered throughout the years, I have to trust that. And I got that from you. And like you were like a father figure. It was really weird. Like it's very
I
strange.
don't really know how to take this.
Yeah, like bitch, like
It just keeps like railing.
you would make a great lesbian.
You make a
Okay.
great dad someday.
Yeah, you're gonna just
I'm
be
gonna make a great
dad. I'm gonna get you a Father's Day card next year. You know, it's fucking weird.
I
Thanks
wish
for-
I liked pussy. I feel
Yeah.
like I could be a great butch
Yeah.
wife. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, I like men.
Ugh.
Unfortunately for me.
Like, thanks for teaching
You're
me how
a
to sell
gay
my
dad.
car.
I'm
Yeah.
a gay dad. Yeah, I am a gay dad. Thank you.
You taught me how to sell my car. Thank you so much. But then it was also like you also were a pillar of like knowledge, but also strength, because this bitch did what, 1 or 2 years single?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been
put in
single
time.
for 3 years.
She had no sex for over a year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and then another one for 9 months.
Yeah. Like she is like, you are just like all about self-love and like growing yourself and just like healing yourself, which was like incredible for me. And I never understood any of that. And like you were like the abrasive love that I needed, you know, where like I was going through such a fucking crazy depressing period of my life, and I called this bitch up, and she's like, and she laughed, she goes, why are you freaking out about that?
Yeah.
You stupid
literally
bitch.
not a big deal.
Like, this is normal. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like sobbing my eyes out. And then she's like, no, you're fine. Like, you're good. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where aren't you crying to?
Yeah.
So you've taught me so much when it comes to just like trust, knowledge, self-worth, strength. You were one of my pillars of that. Which like, dude, if you told me this 3 years ago, like these bitches are the ones that are gonna stick around, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in soul contracts.
So crazy, right?
I barely see my own best friends, and I see these bitches more, and I've learned so much.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
So you've played a big part in like making me trust myself and growing stronger as a person.
Aw. I'm glad.
And then this bitch.
I don't know.
Nikki's the sister.
Oh.
This is the family, right?
Yeah.
So the pillar of peace, knowledge, this is the pillar of acceptance.
Aw.
Because I finally met someone that's like me.
Yeah.
To a T. And it's like, it's weird. Like everything down from like the way we act,
Yeah.
our hobbies, our sex preferences,
True.
you know, where it's like, and it's from trauma. Yeah, you know, it's like you want to see the cheers. I love you.
Yeah.
And that the first time I ever felt that was when we talked about our sex lives in our very first episode of Hey Bitch, where Nikki and I explained our sex lives, what we prefer, and we both agreed we want to see the eyes of God and nearly die when we have sex.
She was like,
Punish me.
Yeah.
For my sins.
Yeah.
the cord of an iron wrapped around my throat is a minimum.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I want you to chuck me so hard I panic that I might die and I'll end
I
up
want
in
to
a fucking
forget that I exist.
The whole
Yeah.
rest of the table was like, okay.
Eyes and skull. I want my pupils to be up here.
Yeah, right? Like I want to end up on an episode of True Crime episode somewhere, you know? And Nikki,
Mom and Dad are like, huh.
yeah,
We're concerned.
Like, let us go. Come on.
it's fine.
There's gonna be adults there.
Yeah, that's fine. We're good. We're okay. And that's when
Yeah,
that's
she
my,
is your sister.
right? And that was my first bonding moment with Nikki. I'm like, you understand.
Yeah.
You get it. And also like seeing your relationship with Steve, he goes, hey kiddo. And I'm like, this is amazing. That's everything I ever wanted. Or like this stupid motherfucker like grabbed a drink and said Nikki might like this and brings it back to her. You know, like, so you are my pillar of acceptance of who I am on the inside, despite like what I put on the internet, how tough I am, whatever. You're the stupid fucking kid.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm a stupid, soft, stupid kid.
He doesn't think I think he's a Prince fan.
Yeah, he's not a Prince fan. I'm over here crying. Like, yeah, you're right. He's not a Prince fan. They're playing
Now
Eminem.
I don't think he's Prince
Yeah.
fan.
This bitch is playing Eminem. He's not a Prince fan. So it's like I met this other person that's like, she's so like me. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like we have the same everything. Like, Nikki, you can't remember what you do half the time. Me too. Yeah. Nikki, you collect all these weird things. Me too.
She's like, hey, about the agent stuff. Like, can you help me with that? I'm like, hey, streaming. So like, can you help me with the stream? Like,
yeah. And I got her into streaming.
Yeah.
It's like this weird soul contract where I'm like, there's another person like me. And the thing that solidified that was the last time we filmed where you guys were here, but you weren't.
Yeah.
So I had to, I had to go through a psychological evaluation for a reality show that I might be on. I'm still waiting on word for it. They have to do this with every show because
reality show.
Yeah. If you're filming with other people, they need to make sure that you're not going to fucking murder them or kill yourself
crazy.
afterwards. You're not crazy. So I had to go through a whole entire psych evaluation. And like Nikki, I remember talking, she went through this whole process of realizing she has
ADD, like on the spectrum, and like I had no fucking clue. And then everything made sense in my life. Like everything made sense. All the things that, I mean, I've talked about it on the show before, but like I felt so broken so many times. Like I didn't understand what was wrong with me. And
when you were young, you felt stupid, and
so alone, and like
just like walked into a room and the light finally turned on so you could see.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, my whole life I thought, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, yeah, I get why they didn't want to be friends with me, but also like I wasn't broken. Like it just was the different way of thinking, and like, yeah.
So Nikki has told me, she's the first one that's told me, like, Gina, you and I are very similar. You should probably go get tested and see. And so I had to go through like this whole psychological evaluation. You two were there because it was the last time we were filming, where I had to actually like during lunch take a 30-minute break to go and have this psych evaluation with the psychologist. And he scored me, like, he's like, all the tests we like went through 3 stages of testing, where he finally told me, he's like, here's your biography. You scored really high on hyperactivity. This is why you couldn't focus in school. You like, that's why you said C's get degrees and you didn't want to do school anymore. This is why you did this, this, and this. And I told the girls afterwards, I was like, there wasn't anything wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't want to. I couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like I literally couldn't.
And instead of emphasizing your strengths, school is like, well, you didn't do this part right, and this is the only part we care about.
Right? Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah.
Bye.
And then like it all of a sudden all made sense. And I went through a moment of like resentment with my family where it's like, you guys punished me for this one. It's like literally, I literally could not.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. And then like, I was like, oh my God, this is what Nikki went through. And this bitch is just like me, you know, like we were like weird in our own little ways. Because like we didn't have a choice. This is just how we are.
Yeah, it's so funny too because like your whole meme was that like you were always late to everything, and I was always like super early. But because of the same reason, like
you guys are kind of like inverse.
We're both scatterbrained, and so I got fucking hammered. Like my dad would just fucking, the mallet was like cast on me every time I was like, he's like, on time is late and early's on time, and I was just like so scared of being on time because it was like late, that I would show up so early to parties, and I was like, that's not acceptable.
This bitch is starting the catering for them.
Yeah. And like all the things that I was like hyper like anxiety filled when we were like we're supposed to be at the airport 2 hours early. We're only an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna miss the plane.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. And you went the opposite, like the more authentic way of like hey, it's fine.
It was wild because while I was talking to him, he read out all the things that I scored so high on. It was hyperactivity, anxiety, paranoia, and nervousness, and everything that he named off. I was like, that's Nikki, it's us. It's us. It's us. Yeah. Like she and he also told me like, your real personality underneath it all, who you really are, you're reserved and shy. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Introverted.
Yeah, introverted. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, everyone knows I'm like this weird fucking gremlin that's crazy. He's like, no, but when you get home, you need quiet time. After being with people for so long, you just want to be by yourself. And I was like, that's Nikki. That's me, Nikki.
Yep.
And like that solidified Nikki is my pillar of acceptance, because I had to go through this whole like acceptance process of, fuck you. I put this image online for so long that I wanted people to believe, but this motherfucker, the psychologist that met me for 30 minutes, read me like a book.
Yeah.
First of all, lower your voice. Yeah. Okay. Like no one's supposed to know this about me, but he told me who I was, and it made so much sense, gave me validation, and I accepted it. And I realized Nikki's the same exact thing. So you're my pillar of acceptance.
Aww.
So it's like,
It's so sweet.
I didn't want to be in like a group of girls because I just don't like being around people. I don't want to be
not
around
always
people.
easy.
Yeah.
We are
My
the
own
same.
best friends, I don't see them. But here I am thrown into this podcast at first where I'm like, this is a financial decision that's going to be great. And now I walked away with the most core pillars that I needed in my life.
I love that.
And now it's coming to an end.
But it's the best possible ending.
It really is.
We're all
Yeah.
like better
It's
now.
not some
Yeah.
dumbass Game of Thrones ending. They break your fucking heart.
Yeah.
And they like, wait, I like those people. Now I don't like them. Like, no, we like each other.
It's funny when it comes to full circle where like back then in JK, Tiff had to like schedule me and was so stressed out because I always showed up late.
Or I didn't know if you were going to show up.
Yeah, you didn't know I was going to show up. And now...
Yeah, now Gina's the one with the full-time job that shows up on time all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that's showing up late that's like, I was streaming late, okay?
Yeah, you guys totally switched.
Flip-flop.
My call time tomorrow is at 7:30
I used to
in
be
the
a morning
morning.
person.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I'm dying
We're
out
both
here.
cat ladies.
No,
too.
I was really shocked seeing you come in with no makeup on or nothing. I was like, Nikki?
I was like,
Yeah.
we're not even starting for an hour, Mom. Like,
I was in my room.
What happened to my
like, I
little
just
girl?
got here.
I was in my room. I'm like, do I hear someone brushing their teeth in my bathroom? Is that you? It was you, huh? Yeah.
I forgot my toothpaste.
Nikki.
I know. Who am I?
She just let it
Yeah,
go.
who are you?
I don't know.
Let it
I'm
go.
done.
I
I'm
love
done.
this for
I'm
you.
retired.
I love this for you.
That was
You
Nikki.
needed this.
So yeah, at the end
You
of my,
needed this too.
yeah, I needed this too. I switched. Like the end of my 3 years, like I started off as this fucking nocturnal gaming whatever that showed up late to everything to I have a fucking day job on
Yeah.
television.
Girl,
where I'm like,
You're like an adult.
You have a boyfriend.
and I have so I started this.
That's public.
I started
Like a
this,
real one.
A real one.
I started this podcast back then with a boyfriend that I didn't go public with ever because deep down I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
going to work out because he was emotionally abusive,
Yeah.
cheating,
Unavailable.
Yeah.
unavailable. It was a terrible
You
relationship.
knew. You know
Yep.
inside.
Like I knew inside I couldn't go public.
Yeah.
You just knew this right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it took me quite some time for him to actually meet you guys.
Yeah.
Because a part of me was like kind of ashamed. I was in this terrible relationship and I was getting out of and then I was going like before that I was going through this fucking awful relationship publicly with STDs and crazy bullshit, whatever. And now like 3 years later, I have a day job. I'm very proud of that. I'm literally accomplishing my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And incorporates everything that you've ever loved.
Everything I've ever
Yeah.
loved. The show that I've wanted to be on since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And waking up early in the morning. Having,
Dude, even your environment. When I come in here, I'm like, does Gina still live here?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Clean,
like, why
organized.
Is it, why is your room? Why is your bed made?
Yeah.
What the
Her
fuck? Who
stupid
are
baby's
you?
sleeping on my bed right now because it's made and beautiful and he throws up on it, you know? Like and then now ending this podcast, I'm in a healthy relationship that I'm like massively like in love with him. I feel safe. I feel loved. And he just texted me an hour ago saying I booked a surprise trip for us this weekend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love
And he's
that.
like, I know you've been stressed out, so I booked this trip for you. And this was like the first significant other I brought to you guys that I'm so proud of. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
Yay.
we
You
did
did
it. I
it.
did it. I found my Steve.
Yeah.
So my Nikki.
Yes.
Not a real Prince fan.
Yeah. He's not a real Prince
For the
fan.
record.
you know. And like it's amazing. Like I went public with him. I did a hard launch on
Yeah.
I posted him on socials.
So
and,
proud of you.
Yeah.
you know?
I'm so proud of all of us.
Me too.
And I'm, like, even though it's sad that this podcast is ending, like it's time. Like
Yeah.
We
we're
really
good.
are the sisterhood of the traveling podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that movie, like they were all like so different, and, like they
Yeah.
lived different lives, and like the pants fit all of them, and like they even had different body types. And it's
Yeah.
like, why do these pants fit everybody?
Yeah.
Why does podcast fit everybody? It's so
Yeah.
weird.
And we've said this before too, where it's like if you told us 3 years ago that at the end of this it'll be us four,
Yeah.
we wouldn't believe you.
No.
Maybe it is like the Game of Thrones ending.
Oh yeah.
You know what I realized? We were all brought on as a secondary, not main, ever.
Yeah. We weren't the main characters.
We were.
Yeah.
Well, I think Nikki was the main character, but
Yeah.
Nah.
Nikki
Okay,
was.
I'm
Did you come on
Tyrion.
first?
I'm Tyrion.
Yeah.
I call him. Yeah, I love him.
Wait, did you come on first or Steve first?
Me.
Oh,
Yeah. On
Yeah.
JK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, on the podcast.
Nikki was like
Yeah.
a first tier.
Yeah, but
She was first pick.
but there's a lot of stuff we can't talk about.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
I'm Tyrion.
Yeah.
I'm Tyrion Lannister.
Gina,
I drink
close
and
your
I
eyes,
know
Gina.
things.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, Gina.
Yeah, we were never like main. You know, like I've known them a lot shorter than I knew main crew. So when if you were to tell us like 3 years ago, this is
Weird
like
ragtag group.
the final four,
yeah.
I would have never believed it.
It's like Survivor when you're like, whoa, this is someone who I was rooting for.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but anyway.
No, Tiff, no, I don't don't care. We don't have to wrap it up. She just gave us
because I'm like, we've been filming for an hour and 22 minutes.
I don't care.
I have
It's
food
our
that's
final-
been sitting on the doorstep.
It's our
for a while.
final
No, he
episode.
brought it
We'll
in.
go
Oh,
for
he
as long as we want to, and I want to get all this information out before
Casey,
we end. I
all
don't
this
give
is
a
getting
fuck.
cut. Just let her talk.
Casey,
Yeah, all
make
this
this
is getting cut, doesn't
Casey,
matter.
make this a
Let
2-hour
this bitch
episode. I
talk.
don't give a fucking people are gonna love this. I don't give a shit. It's fine.
My katsu curry is getting cold.
I know.
We'll eat
Yeah.
right
My
here
child
on
needs to
camera.
eat.
So
Fuck your
I don't know
baby.
how to like end this in a way that, you know, makes you feel like
Satisfied.
yeah, because endings are always kind of such sweet sorrow, you know. But I think that this is the best possible ending for this podcast, and it's not like completely. We're still gonna be friends, so who knows? Maybe we'll put out an episode sometime in the future. I don't know, like no promises or anything, but like this is an ending, so it's
Yeah, our
still
friendships
here.
aren't
And I
ending.
hope that like sometimes I'm like, oh, some people in the comments like make friendships with each other based off of them
Find
agreeing
their
and
community too.
yeah. So I love you guys. I hope you guys all found some sort of belonging and friendship. That was like the whole reason it started, was like, wow, like I never had a girlfriend group like this where everyone could talk openly about things and we could have different perspectives and all that stuff. And then we got to do it on a podcast, and I feel like that is what the audience or like you guys like maybe connected with, is just like having people make you feel like you're not alone out there,
Yeah.
wherever you're whatever you're going through,
this
whatever
is
stage
so
you're in.
It's
lame.
really weird, like in the moment, like if you really stop and like stop even thinking about the fact that we're recording right now, like
Yeah.
as the seconds go by, like we're literally living the end of this.
Oh, Jess! The dad cries sometimes. Okay. You think it's always the mom. She's a big old softie. The two hardest members in this group are the softest ones. Yeah.
We can't all fit on this couch.
We're going to, and that's why I said it's gonna be a 2-hour episode, because I don't want it to end. I feel like there's still so much more to say. Like,
Yeah, there is, and
You
there
know
always
what?
will be, because we're like a moving picture. Like it's always evolving, it's always changing. It's changed so much in 3 years. Like 3 years isn't even a full high school experience, guys.
Yeah.
We're about to go to the senior year. Like
That's true.
We're gonna more things are to
It's like
come.
senior year and I quit cheerleading and I'm just fucking off now. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
like senioritis.
I'm not involved anymore, you know?
I
Yeah,
forgot this bitch was a cheerleader.
yeah.
Wait, I do want to add something though before we end.
No, we're not gonna end.
No, we're gonna end soon because my baby needs to eat. But no, what I did want to add that I did forget is what Nikki touched upon already, which is you guys, the audience. Like the thing that kept me going the most was actually the response that you guys gave to the podcast, and also meeting you guys in person and saying like, you know, you guys are my favorite part of the week, and like I've learned so much, and like you guys are my big sisters, and the stories that like I've personally shared that you guys contact me about, and you're like, that's helped me so much, I'm so glad you talked about that, and all these things that just made this podcast so special to me, because that was the purpose that I had here, because it's really difficult to sit here and then like, you know, share your whole life and your whole like vulnerable sides and your experiences in your life, but then to get the feedback that, yeah, we love that and it's helping and we appreciate it, and then I don't know, it just made this podcast really special to me and really close and near dear to my heart, just as these girls are. You guys are too.
Yeah.
I really wanted to touch on that.
I think it's like what we realize. I think we all know this too, is that without the podcast, we don't really have a reason to fly in and meet each other anymore.
Yeah, that's the underlying thing, I
yeah.
think.
You
Yeah,
know?
so it does feel like an ending in a way.
High school's over. It's kind of like,
And it's like,
over,
hey,
you know?
like, keep in touch.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a stranger.
And then you go off to college.
What is it?
KIT.
Yeah.
you go off to college.
Sorry, so
and
sloppy.
Yeah.
You know.
Come
You
give
have
a
different
bitch in
friends.
summer.
Yeah. So it's like this podcast gave us a reason to keep meeting up, flying into wherever to see each other, you
Yeah.
know? And without it, it's like, I don't know when we're going to see each other again, because our lives are so fucking crazy now.
Yeah, so busy. Everything's so busy, and it's like we we'd still squeeze just this last little bit out, you know. But
even if it's just for a weekend where we don't even get to go eat with each other, it's just to film and hang out in a room together.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the most rewarding thing is, one, growing our relationship together and how close we got, and two, seeing how this podcast has affected people's lives. Like, we went and did a meet and greet, and the person that stuck out to me was this, like, they were beautiful, like, blue-haired, non-binary, like, person just
on the spectrum.
Yeah, like, just finding their way through life, and they went to our meet and greet to meet us and ask us questions, and, like, they trust us so much because of our podcast that we made together.
Yeah, and the podcast was like us figuring out our own selves at the same, and sharing it online at the same time, like in real time. Like, I think that's the biggest part of it, is that I really was getting sick of YouTube culture of like projecting some image that you want to be online or you want people to see you as, and like, how come we can't just like show like some real shit, like what like people are actually going through, like what, like who we really are. And then like this podcast was that, and like you got to see us evolve in real time, like, and deal with shit in real time, and it wasn't always fucking pretty, like,
it wasn't always good.
Fucking awful.
It was probably really annoying for some time.
Some of it, and so I'm really like, I think all of us are just really thankful for that. And so feeling like, you know, the ending of it, even though it's like the timing feels right, it still is like bittersweet, because it's like those like, it's almost like having a therapist that your body knows that you're gonna get a check-in, like you know you're kind of looking forward to that, and like you know that you're gonna be able to like get some like relief or some like validation or like some like person to like bounce things off of, and then now you know that's not happening anymore, and you're kind of on your own. You're like you flew the coop and you have to fly on your own now. It's like isn't it? That's what it is.
Crazy how we started this podcast off as, hey, we're your big sisters here to guide you through life, but this podcast kind of guided us through our lives. Together.
So many moments.
Yeah.
So many like evolutions of ourselves. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed your time here. We love you. That won't stop. Let us know in the comments how you feel, I guess. I don't know. Like, be sure to subscribe.
Don't subscribe.
Be sure to subscribe.
Unsubscribe.
You never know.
No, we might upload in the future. Who knows? Actually, I wanted to all go on a trip and like just, you know, maybe we'll turn on a camera and share it with you guys.
Upload like a short.
I have a kid, you know.
I'm like, I knew it. I knew it.
The comments are like, this bitch?
I'm like, I'm just the auntie.
How does a dad have a kid?
I love
out
that.
of your pee hole. Anyway, leave us a comment. Like, let us know, and you know, say hi to your fellow commenter down below, whoever they are. Just like spread kindness and love each other and make good choices. And we love you. Whatever part of your journey you're at, it's fine. Nobody fucking knows. So like, just be okay with that. We love you.
This is crazy,
I'm a little drunk.
A little crazy, but thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Casey, fade to black. Like, make it look like fucking dramatic.
Get in here.
Hello.
Get in here, you stupid bitch.
I love you guys.
I love you. I'm so weird.
I know.
My babies. These are my babies.
You want a fucking birth, though.